What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 76 of Next Gen Newsweek, your weekly podcast for not a lot of news except for PlayStation VR news that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. My name is Mitch. Joining me in this brand new year, we have Richard.
Hello.
Chase.
Hello, hello.
And Michael.
Hi.
Oh. Been joking about how we haven't recorded since last year because, we have to make those dumb jokes on the show because we took a week off. And as an announcement, there will not be an episode next week because I will hopefully be in the mountains still and not have to come back early because of the weather. But we'll see. So anyway, we got not a lot of news to talk about this week. So we're probably just going to spend a lot of time talking about what we've been playing. I know Richard has been playing a lot of Loop Hero. And I'm sure there's a lot to get in there. I've been playing it a little bit myself, but we'll get to that in a second. But before we jump into the Loop Hero bit of games we've been playing, I want to start with Michael. What have you been playing this past week?
What have I been playing? Actually, I want to try and give Valerant a play, but I haven't had a chance yet. So mainly just when I can, just a little bit of Fortnite and just like catching the tail end of Genshin Impact events. I think right now they just had an update, so we got. Actually, I'm not sure what's going on, but they've teased like a new area, some new characters and stuff going on. So if you haven't played in a while, go ahead and beat those story missions and get up to par, because otherwise you won't really be able to participate in a lot of like future events and stuff like that. Lost my entire train of thought.
Choo-choo.
I think Fortnite is on the tail end of like Winterfest stuff, so I've been doing that. You get a free Frozen Peely skin.
Yes.
If you yeah. So I actually had a whole squad of Frozen Peelies wipe me out the other day. It was hilarious and terrifying at the same time. But if you've ever been beaten by a frozen banana, raise your hand. But yeah, otherwise just my normal stuff.
Nice. Chase, what have you been playing? Yeah, this past 2 weeks. Sorry, the past 2 weeks. What have you been playing?
Yeah, I played and finished Project Warlock, which was like, it's like a really faithful, like retro shooter, kind of like Doom, Heretic, Hexen. Really, really good. It's on, I think most consoles and, on PC as well. I happened to look at new releases and I saw that Lizard Lady versus the Cats was 49 cents, and I played that, and it was one of the worst games on PlayStation. But
it was 49 cents.
It was 49 cents.
You got what you paid for.
Yeah, it is. It looks like basically a game made in like MS Paint, but like 3D. Yeah, but it was fun for like a minute. I played Ever Forward, which is a really, really good puzzle game. It just came a physical release. I went back and played Moonlighter, but because I had not played the DLC since I think I got the game like as soon as it launched, and the DLC wasn't out. So I went through and rebeat the game and then beat the DLC, and I really enjoyed that game. If you like Zelda-ish games, it's like the combat is like that. But you like run a store, so you like the items you find in the dungeon, you put in your store and you sell them, and you kind of you have to choose the rate that they go at. So like if a customer comes to buy it and they think it's too high, then they're like put like a scrunched up face, and if it's like a good deal, they're like, oh wow, that's a good deal, and then like buy it. So you just kind of like have to like watch that. But it's a really cool game. And then let's see, what am I on now? So yeah, I started the HD remaster of Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, which is like a 3D platformer. I think it came out on PS2 originally, or Wii, or
PS2.
Yeah, but it's actually pretty cool. Like, I mean, not great, but it's a fun platformer with a lot of collectibles. So if you like those types of games, then it's out now.
Nice. I did want to bring up, because you posted this on New Year's Eve on Facebook. You played in 2021, you played 118 games, and you completed 108 out of those 118 games.
Yes.
That's so impressive.
Thank you.
You know how many games I played or games I beat in 2021? I can count them all on one hand. It's this many. Sorry, for audio listeners, I've done 3.
Like, yeah, at the beginning of the year, I make a notepad, like entry in my phone, and like I just keep track of all the games, and if I beat the game, or if I don't finish the game, or if I platinum the game, and then at the end of the year, I just run them all the totals. So, and next year, I'm also going to try. I wrote down all the trophies, like the number of trophies that I had this year, so I'm gonna include that on my stats at the end of this year.
So, do you keep all of the notes? Like, do you delete them as you go, or do you keep track of them like every year to see like how many games you play, like compared one year to the next?
Yeah. So like I have I started doing it 2 years ago.
Okay. Gotcha.
And so like I have all that information from 2 years ago as well.
Gotcha. So was 2021 like, did you play the most games in this year, or was it last year? Or?
Yeah. So far, like it was. Let me see if I can have that number pulled up. Let's see.
And while you're looking for that, is the goal to play more games this year? Like, to just kind of run with it?
I don't know if it's just like more games, but like I just like to keep like I guess like a running total of everything.
I don't even think I've beaten 118 games in my entire life. Like, you've probably platinumed more games than I have ever beaten.
So 2020 totals were 104 games played, 77 completed, and 31 either platinum or 100%.
Wow.
So yeah, I definitely got more done this past year.
Nice.
So yeah.
Well, looking forward to keeping track with how that's going to go at the end of this coming up year. Seems like it's a long way away, but I feel like we're going to get there a lot faster than we're probably.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like we're all just going to get lost in some of these gigantic worlds and like, oh God, it's April. Richard.
Yeah, but some month, like I was going to say one thing. Yeah, like some months, like I'll get like like I average about 10 to 12 games. But like some months, like I think I played Assassin's Creed like all month, and that was like I had like 2 games that month. So
yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Richard, what have you been playing? We'll start other than Loop Hero, and then we'll go to Loop Hero.
I haven't. I've literally stopped everything. During the holidays, I have so much going on. I usually don't play games. I will say that I'm at the last boss of Metroid Dread, and I just stopped. So I need to go back to at least finish that. I will say that overall, now I haven't beaten it yet, but overwhelmingly disappointed in Metroid Dread. I'm not going to spoil the story because I think it's still kind of new enough to where it would matter, but I found it very cliched.
Mm-hmm.
And there were certain aspects of it that I called even before the game came out, before they released details. I thought it was predictable and cliched. And then as far as just, the different areas and stuff like that, I mean, they were kind of diverse, but it was almost like they were systematically diverse. I don't know. I just, I would say Super Metroid is probably one of the best games I've ever played. So it's not that I hate the genre or I hate the series or anything like that. I don't know. I was very, very underwhelmed with Metroid Dread. And then what else was I playing before Loop Hero happened? I can't remember.
So many loops ago.
Yeah, so many loops, man. So many loops. So I've got to finish that. I've kind of been sprinkling Dicey Dungeons a little bit in there, which, Mitch, you requested that for. It's not on sale anymore, but for $3, that was a steal.
Yeah,
on the Nintendo Switch, because that's pretty engrossing. Just not as engrossing as Loop Hero. I don't know. I can't think of anything else I was playing. Seems like I was playing something on the PlayStation too.
I don't remember, but we can talk about Loop Hero.
I don't. We'll talk about Loop Hero. You know, I was talking about it before we started, and I was wondering if maybe there was some like part of human nature that's kind of addicted to gambling, even if you don't realize you are, and that's part of the draw of it. Because, wow, you know, just one more loop. It's just one more loop. You know, minutes become hours, and you know, it's always new. You know, you get different cards each time you do a loop. You can build a deck, but you can't anticipate what you're going to draw. And that makes every single loop that you do is unique. Mm-hmm. The loot that you get, you can't really plan it. I mean, you can in a way by playing certain cards. You know, if you play a lot of graveyard cards and, you know, if you spawn goblin encampments and stuff like that, then, you know, you are going to pull more equipment cards, but you still don't really have any kind of control over what they're going to be and the different aspects, the different traits that they have, whether, you know, it's defense or you're going to increase your crit, vampirism, evade. You know, there's so many different ways, and it's almost like you have to think on the fly because you've got to work with what you're given. Mm-hmm. So, you know, in that makes the loops unique as well, and it's just so engrossing because it's very engaging. It really is. You know, you can't just say, okay, I'm going to build this warrior character based on evasion, because you may not get that many evasion cards, and then you're going to have to, like, you know, rethink it. And then if you don't retreat on your campfire, then you only get to keep 60% of your supply loop. So that's another thing is, well, you know, can I make it one more circle back to that campfire? But, you know, what if something happens? You know, all of a sudden, you know, you have like 4 of those wolf rat things that spawn in a forest with a chest, and then it's close to a battlefield, so they all turn into ghosts, and things can go wrong really quick, and you not even expect it. And then some things happen, and you don't even know why the hell they happen. They're not mentioned on the card. I've noticed that if you have I'm going to say it wrong. I know it's like a bramble or underbrush or something like that. I think it's called a brush. If you have a brush and you have a blood grove next to it, I don't know if it happens after so many loops or if it's just, you know, a rarity or what, but it can trigger a flesh golem that can hit for over 100.
Yep. So that is tied to getting kills in that blood grove area. You can, if you pay attention, it's either like a sound or you'll see like a little small animation or something of like when you kill something, like the vines will kill, like they'll take whatever you just killed, and then that's what spawns the flesh golem or whatever.
And that's a big thing too, is that a lot of, you know, because that helps you. That bramble, if your enemy is at 15% health or lower, it'll automatically take them out.
Yep.
So it is helpful, but, you know, on the flip side of it, you know, you're going to have to deal with that thing, and that happens. That happens quite a bit. And, you know, before the podcast, I just beat the first boss, so I'm going into chapter 2, and I've done a few loops in chapter 2. And it threw another curveball, because now, all of a sudden, you know, not in Chapter 1, but now you get hit with status effects.
Oh.
And monsters can summon other monsters. And, yeah, it changes the game again. So, having a lot of fun with it. And a lot of the status effects, I'll come out and say it. Like now, vampires, if you fight a vampire, they can summon a swarm of bats that... the status effects affect everything except for the vampire. So let's say if you're fighting a vampire and 4 ghouls, then that swarm of bats will actually affect the ghouls as well. It takes away part of your defense. But then also notice that if you kill a ghoul and another ghoul is still alive, that ghoul can now eat the other ghoul to get health back. So yeah, you know, now all of a sudden these creatures, it's not just like hit back and forth. Now they're doing stuff, so, you know, you kind of got to rethink it that way. So a lot of surprises, and yeah, it's an awesome, for a game that's just so damn simple.
Yep.
It's one of those where it's like, oh God, why didn't I think of that?
It's like we're playing it. We got it for free on the Epic Store because they were giving it away. But like, if you want to try this out, like it's only like $15 at most.
Yeah, I feel guilty that I got it for free. I wish I'd have paid. I may buy it on PlayStation.
Yeah, there's a physical release for the Switch as well. It's I don't know if it's still up available or not.
Yeah. Okay. So I think I mentioned this in the group when I was telling Steven about it. If you play it for the Switch, I think it would be extremely hard to play it in handheld mode.
Really?
Simply because there's a lot of text on those cards, and on that, man, that's going to be really small text.
You can. I've done this on the PC version. You can actually go into the accessibility settings and change it from whatever font that they've got. That's like it's that pixelated font. You can change it to be like a regular, like Times New Roman or Calibrate.
Pixelated, or regular, and dyslexic friendly.
Yes,
those are 3 options. So, I mean, that may help it, but still, with that screen size and those little cards that appear across the bottom. But I may get it just to have like that physical, just the case with all that stuff on.
I imagine it's probably just about as difficult, or I guess lack of difficulty for playing Slay the Spire on the Switch, because I feel like they've made the text bigger on the cards on the Slay the Spire to deal with that. So. Maybe. I love playing it on PC, though. I can, like, I kind of pay attention to it, and I can be kind of doing something else, but I'm not, like, I'm still focusing most of my attention on the game, though.
Because I feel like there's different, at least when I play, there are times when it's like, it's already a set goal in mind. It's like, this is going to be just a loot run. Yeah. I'm not really focused on trying to put together a character that can beat the boss. I'm just doing this for material. So I set it in my mind at 10 loops, I'm going back. And then, you really don't have to pay that much attention to it. And also, this helps me out when doing that. If you go into options, you can also tell the game to stop at certain points. Like, you can have it always go into planning mode when you reach a campfire. You can have it go into planning mode at the end of every battle. I have it to where it'll automatically stop me at the campfire.
Yep, that's how
each time. Just in case, because then I can look at my equipment, I can look what loop number I'm on, because every loop, the enemies level up 1. And I kind of play by ear, can I make it around one more time? No, I'm going to go ahead and, cut it, or I'm going to try and make it and then get pissed when I die.
The last time that I played it, I was on loop 9. I hadn't had one of those flesh golems spawn in yet, but I did have the blood grove down, and I was pretty well off, and I was like, I'm going to go for it. I had a battlefield or whatever, like right before and right after. So I get like a chest right as I'm getting ready to close the loop, and I get another chest right as soon as I'm going to open the loop. And so I got like a pretty decent chest, I think, off the first one, if I remember. This is also like a week and a half ago. And by the time I made it about a quarter of the way through, that flesh golem spawned. And like Richard was talking about, like it pretty much took me out almost in one hit, maybe 2. And I was like, okay. Yeah, I'm done.
It does like 100 to 150 damage per hit.
Yep. It was crazy.
Now, its attack rate's kind of low, but still, when it hits you that hard,
because like I was at 50% health going into the loop, and you gain if you have the I don't know if it's not vampirism, it's something else, but it's just health regeneration. Like every in-game day, you generate so much health back, and then I had vampirism on. So I ended up being at like maybe a quarter health when I got to him, and like 2 hits later, I was dead. It's like, thanks, thanks, Flesh.
And if you die on the loop, you only get 30% of your loop. So
yep, fun times. Actually, I can't remember anything else I think I played. Let's see, I played Halo with Steven and David last Wednesday. That was fun. David got really mad because he likes to rage on Halo. Alex got me for Christmas. He got me that Mario Kart steering wheel that has the foot pedals with it, and so I wore out some Mario Kart with my girlfriend. She didn't know we had Mario Kart. She said that's like my favorite game ever, and she didn't know that like on her Switch was just Mario Kart was just hanging out there. So like pretty much like every day has been like, can we play Mario Kart? And I'm like, yeah, of course we can play Mario Kart. Like.
Dude, that's like every girl's favorite game ever. That's Mario Kart. Let me ask, did you guys watch that video of that Asian dude that built that arcade machine for Mario Kart out of cardboard? I put it in the chat.
Yeah, I watched it. That was pretty cool.
Well, Mitch didn't. That's part of my question, though. I need to. Does it? I wonder. All right. So, but Chase, you won't be able to answer because you don't have what Mitch has. But I wonder if what Mitch has is the same format that guy made out of cardboard, where he slid that one Switch remote into the steering wheel, and there was another one that slid into the pedal.
No, so that's the Joy-Con steering wheel thing that Nintendo released for the Nintendo Labo that you can use in Mario Kart. This thing is it's made by PowerA, and it's pretty much like if you were, it's compatible with PC, so technically I could play Forza with this thing too. You just plug it in through USB. And it's got it's like a Mario steering wheel. It's got all the Switch face buttons on the front, and it's got the left shoulder, right shoulder as paddles. And then it has the horn button is like the item throw, but I think it's ZR or ZL. So you just mash the button if you want to throw an item, and then it's got A and B on the foot pedals also.
Okay, that's cool.
And it plugs in the it looks like a telephone cable, but it's like the that's what connects the foot pedals to the steering column, and then you just plug the whole thing in USB. And I'm gonna learn how to beat people in Smash with that thing, and it's gonna be hilarious. So just I'm gonna be like that guy who plays Dark Souls with a banana and beats it. Which, if you haven't seen that is hilarious, and you should go check it out. Speaking of things that are hilarious, let's jump into some headlines. One of my favorite game developers of all time, Masahiro Sakurai, a guy who makes Smash Brothers. Now that he's not playing Smash Brothers, he's able to go and play other things, like It Takes Two, which is a game you're supposed to play with somebody else. But he doesn't play with anybody else. He plays it with two controllers at the same time because he's a fucking madman. So on Twitter, he showed pictures of himself, and he's holding the controllers side by side, or he'll put them stack them up together, and we'll just sit there and play It Takes Two by himself. And that man will talk all day long about, oh man, my hands are always hurting. I got all these wrist problems from developing Smash Brothers. And then he goes and plays fucking video games like this. Like your problem, you have more problems than just, man, I need to, do this or the other. Because he, as far as I know, he doesn't let other people balance Smash with him. Like, he does it all himself. And he'll sit there with two controllers and sit there and just play the game by himself, like player one and player two. And that's how he balances the game together. And it's crazy. There's videos of him sitting there with four controllers doing this crap. And I was like, dude, you need to just chill. You need to. He's posted pictures of his wife before. He has a wife. It's like, let her play the game.
Another physical human being with him.
Let your cat play or something. Jesus, man. It's. He's gonna put out a game called It Takes One, and it's just a game that's it's a game that requires two controllers, but it can just tell that you have to play it with yourself. You can't play with anything else. But yeah, it's just, dude, mad respect for this man. But man, he's gonna talk about how he had to go to the hospital and have carpal tunnel or something, and it's gonna be because of this. Also, some of these headlines have been sitting in this thing ready for us to talk about, and with us not recording last week, and I think the week before that was the Christmas episode, and we didn't really talk about news. We just kind of chilled. So some of this stuff is not the newest news, but nothing has really broke to make it to where this isn't still relevant, I guess. Like this next one about Final Fantasy 14. No, 16. There's one about 16 and one about 14. But the one about 16 is Final Fantasy 16 has been delayed past its... It's still supposedly coming in 2022, but it's no longer coming in the first half of it. It sucks. It's COVID related, they say, but they were supposed to show off new footage of the game before the end of last year, and then that got pushed back to now they're going to be talking about it sometime in the spring. But I think that's okay because they've got Forspoken coming out. What is that, May? So you don't want to bog everyone down with all of your stuff around the same time, and then So I think if they do Forspoken it towards the beginning or first half of the year, and then do Final Fantasy at the end of it, I think that's going to work out pretty well. The story with Final Fantasy XIV, though, which has been out for several years. First off, it is now the #1 most played MMO of all time. So World of Warcraft is no longer the top played MMO. Secondly, they just released a new expansion, and there's so many people that were wanting to play this that they had to stop selling copies of Final Fantasy XIV because the servers could not handle all the people that are wanting to play it. And then there are people that are trying to get into Final Fantasy XIV and can't because the queue lines are like several tens of 20s of hours long trying to get into the game. And so these people are like, yeah, well, like I'll get up extra early and I'll get in the queue and then I'll get ready for work and then I'll go to work and then I'll come home and then I'll get ready or I'll eat dinner or whatever and then I can play Final Fantasy XIV. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
It's like parts of me was like, I want to kind of play this because it sounds cool and it looks awesome. And Ty said that it's like one of the only MMOs that has like a really good story to it, which is like, okay, that's kind of like something I could get into. And like, oh yeah, you just can't play it. No matter what system you're trying to play on, you just can't play it. So I was like, oh well, maybe some other time then you can get into that.
Maybe another time.
Have any of y'all played Final Fantasy XIV?
No.
Well, you just said you can't, so to me it sounds like it sucks.
There's just more than 10
Fair
people
enough.
playing it like Elder Scrolls Online.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
that's
not even. Hold on.
that's the
Hold on.
PlayStation game you were probably talking about. that you couldn't
Hold
remember.
on.
That was a
Yeah, I'm
slow
still playing
burn
that.
right there.
It was a slow blow.
Oh. I know he's about to look up active players for ESO, so I'm gonna look up active players for Final Fantasy XIV.
It's like close to 120 million losers that exist in the world.
10.
Let's see.
Almost 20 million.
In ESO?
That's what I'm talking about. ESO.
Nice.
Yeah.
The most recent statistic for active players in Final Fantasy XIV is 25 million. So it's still close. ESO is still up there.
I don't see. Well, I don't know. What I just pumped up doesn't put active. It just has total, which is almost 20 million.
Yeah, the first thing I saw was like it had it broken down by like server or whatever. Well, let's see. As of 2020, never mind. I don't know. I'm sure it's in here somewhere, but I the last article said that something about whenever they added ESO to Game Pass, it added 3 million new active players. Does that game have crossplay yet? Or is it like if you're just locked
No.
into ecosystems?
Does not have crossplay, which is something I've been complaining about. Because, if and when it ever happens and they decide, to do just a Microsoft thing with it, they're going to burn a lot of people because there's a big player base for it on PlayStation.
Yeah.
And if you're not able to somehow carry that over, then yeah, that's... I would stop playing. It would cause me to stop playing if I'm not able to carry over what I've done so far.
Yeah. All right, jumping to our next headline. This is going to be talking about Nintendo patenting gameplay mechanics for Breath of the Wild 2 because apparently they don't want other people to take their ideas like everyone kind of did for Breath of the Wild 1 because they didn't patent half the shit that was in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And which is why it has so many Breath of the Wild clones like Sonic Frontiers and Genshin Impact and Immortals Phoenix Rising and...
But yeah, I didn't think you could patent mechanics.
I don't know, because I mean, the big thing for like the longest time was that how I don't know the developer, but the people that made H1Z1, they didn't patent the idea of, or they did patent or they didn't patent the idea. Yeah, they did. H1Z1 did not patent the idea of a battle royale game, and then when PUBG came out, the people that made that, they did try to patent the idea, and then they tried to like sue the people that made H1Z1 for infringing on their patent, and then Fortnite came out, and then that was all like its whole thing too. So I don't know the exact stipulations behind it, but
yeah, because it's weird. Because like in the realm of board games, like I could literally make something that looked exactly like Connect 4 and call it like Link the Colors, and I mean I could sell it. It's not.
Yeah, it's like Jenga. Like you could play Jenga, or you could play Jumbling Towers. Like
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, I just wonder why that format is different than like why board game. I mean, they're both games, so I don't know. That's weird. I'd like to look into that.
Yeah. So some of these patents. First one on here is the ability for Link to be able to morph through surfaces. So they've kind of got a description here showing like a diagram of Link being able, like if it's a flat surface or like an angled surface, he can they showed it in the trailer where he like turns into like a drop of water or whatever, and it's kind of go up and down. Being able to do that, and how like there's some situations where it can and can't be done. Like it can't be done on like a rocky mountain or like a jagged mountain, but it can be done like on a slope, and it can't be done in the water. There's one. Let's see, what is he actually doing in this? It's like the time one where you can reverse time, and like do like a rewind thing. The closest thing I can think of is think about like how in a lot of driving games nowadays, like if you like miss a turn or you wreck, you can like hit a button, and you can like rewind back to a certain point and then like try it again.
Prince of Persia?
Kind of.
Well, a lot of games that did that.
And then the last one, which honestly looks the coolest, is the fact that Link can use his bow while free falling in the air. So like you can just be like skydiving and then whip out a bow and just start shooting people. That looks kind of cool. Some of the longest talks about Breath of the Wild 2 is the reason why they haven't disclosed the name of the game, is that they haven't they don't want to spoil whether it's a mechanic or part of the story or something. And I don't think anything in this is going to relate to why they are not talking about the name of the game. But I really hope we're going to get a direct in February, and they're finally going to like blow the lid off this, because I want us to seize it so bad, and I want to know that.
Wow, dream drop distance.
Oh God, it's like Breath of the Wild. It's not. You thought we were going to call it Breath of the Wild 2, but it's called Breath of the Wild 2.5 HDD XXX remake or something.
Triple X. His new power. Link's going to be a goo girl.
Yeah. Or it's called The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Skyward Sword 2.
Battle Royale.
Yes. And our last headline, something that actually just broke last night, so this is current news.
My water.
Yes. Michael's water broke. Congratulations. How many centimeters are you dilated?
3.
Sony finally blew the lid off of the PlayStation VR2. They did not show pictures of the headset. They showed pictures of the controllers last year, so we already know what that looked like. They announced 2 new games for it, being Horizon Call of the Mountain and Fire Sprite.
Fire Sprite is making the game with Guerrilla Games.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh. Nice. Well,
Yeah.
Horizon Call of the Mountain is announced. I just can't read.
Okay.
So yeah, it is called PlayStation VR2. The new controllers are called the VR2 Sense controllers, which they have like all the haptics of like the DualSense and everything. Some of the quick specs for it: it is a 4K HDR, 110 degree field of view OLED display with a resolution of 2000 by 2040 resolution per eye, of up to 120 hertz refresh rate on the headset, which is going to be really nice. It features inside-out tracking, so it has cameras integrated into the headset, so you don't have to have a camera on your TV. It just has, kind of like the Oculus, it's got the cameras on the headset. Let's see. New sensory features, including eye tracking, headset feedback, 3D audio, and innovative PSVR2 Sense controllers to create an incredibly deep feeling of immersion. Headset feedback is a new sensory feature that amplifies the sensations of in-game actions from the player. It's created by a single built-in motor with vibrations that add an intelligent tactile element, bringing players closer to the gameplay experience. For example, gamers can feel a character's elevated pulse during tense moments, the rush of objects passing close to the character's head, or the thrust of a vehicle as the character's speed changes. So, and then, of course, it has eye tracking. And the eye tracking thing was kind of like something that they had talked about before, where, like, if you were, obviously, like, you're in a 3D world, and it's technically 360 degrees of view. But, like, whatever you're looking at, it renders that with, like, the full quality, and it, like, will half render everything behind you, or out of your field of view. And as you turn, it'll just, it'll change what's rendered in, like, I guess it's technically 4K, so that way it looks better, but it's not having to, like, render the entire game at the same time, which is going to be really nice. The only thing that they did not talk about is price, what it looks like, and the release date. So, which are the big things. Would anyone like to take a guess at how much this thing's going to cost? And we can come back and look at this later, because my guess is $4.99 and it comes with everything.
It's either going to be $3.99 or $4.99. I don't feel like it's going to be over $4.99.
Michael, what did you say?
Yeah, I think $4.99 on the top. 800.
$800.
I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, because the HTC Vive was $1,000. So I mean, it's now granted that also came with, like, these little cameras that you put in the corners of your room, and you have, like, a whole room available to do this stuff.
My thing is like, when it comes out, is it going to be more available than the PS5?
No, probably not.
Because
the PSVR1 when it came out was not very available whenever it came out.
I mean, yeah.
So
I don't know. I feel like they'll be easier to get than a PS5, but still not very easy to get.
Is this a day one pickup for anyone?
It might be. I'm just gonna I want to wait till see. They're gonna announce more about it, so I'll wait and see.
I'm gonna go over to Chase's if he gets it then.
Okay.
And the other reason is like, and I'm hoping that this is the case, because I've got the VR1. The eye strain for me is I can't play it no more than like 10 or 15 minutes, and it becomes uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. My eyes feel really dry, and I don't like it. I'm hoping that, with the new technology and stuff, that doesn't occur, but I'd be real disappointed to spend hundreds of dollars for something and it have the same effect on my eyes. Right. And it may very well just be like a personal thing, but yeah, anything I play, I can't play for more than 15, 20 minutes. Just the eye strain is horrible.
Do you play with your glasses on or off?
I play with them on.
Okay.
Do you play with your shirt on or off?
Both. It's funny because I tried it without my glasses just because I was like, and even though the screen is like right in front of my eyes, I felt like I still couldn't see as well, which is weird because I don't know. To me, it's always backwards. I don't know if I'm nearsighted or farsighted. I can't see far away. I can see things close up just fine. So in my mind, I thought, well, I don't really need my glasses. Well, no. Come to find out, I did.
It's definitely a night and day experience trying to play with and without glasses. I will say I played on the Oculus Quest 2 yesterday, and I could not get that, even the headset, I could not get it to go with my glasses, which was an immediate turnoff. So I was having to play without glasses on. And I don't know, I love the concept of VR. Hopefully, with this headset being able to output 4K, it's going to make the games look a lot better. Because right now, the games just look like PS2 games, and which is fine. Some people are able to do some crazy stuff with it, like Super Hot and Beat Saber and stuff like that. But I played, it's called Drunken Bar Fight. And it is exactly what it sounds like. You're going into a VR bar, you're getting drunk, and you're just beating up on people. But it looks like a PS1 game. Like the people, imagine that all the NPCs look like they came out of like the original PS1 Tomb Raider game. That's what they look like.
Dude, awesome. So you're playing Max Payne.
You're just you're punching polygons. Yeah, Yeah, it was great though. I do y'all think this comes out this holiday? Is this PlayStation's
That's
holiday launch?
my guess is holiday launch.
Yeah, if they're gonna have like a big reveal in February, didn't they say that?
They didn't say a date.
Oh, okay. I thought they said they were gonna have like a bigger thing about it in February.
I think they're going to talk about it later. I can't remember when though.
Yeah, I think if they're talking about it that early in the year, yeah, it could be a holiday thing.
I would imagine we'll know about it by E3. Whoa!
E3, yeah.
Oh, that's the controllers. Never mind. I just saw that the headset had a rechargeable battery in it. No, it's got it. Okay. I got really excited for a second. Yeah, and the best thing though is that like it's one cable. Like you don't have to run a cable into a box and then that breaks up into two cables and then it breaks up into four cables. And then you plug it all into your PlayStation, your TV. It is USB-C to the PlayStation. Call it a day, and that's fantastic. My only thing is I hope that the cable can be detachable. That way you don't have to sit there and wrap up this cable around the headset. Like it makes it easier for storage.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look terrible whenever you do it. All right, well, that is all of the news for this week. I didn't really have a discussion for this week either, because honestly, I think the way we were expecting things to go is I think there was a confusion about when we were recording, so I kind of didn't know we were recording this week or not, but we did. So instead of asking like Michael, you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
He fell asleep.
Instead of asking a big discussion question, I just want to know, are there any movies that are coming out this year that you are really excited to go see, whether it's in theaters or home streaming or anything? It doesn't have to be the big thing probably is a lot of us are Marvel movie fans, probably something like that. But if not that, what other movies are you excited for?
I just watched that Sony CES thing, and they brought out Tom Holland, and he talked about Uncharted, and like how in SpiderMan, he puts on a mask and just like hops to the left, and then computers basically take care of everything else. But he was talking about Uncharted, like he has to do like all those stunts because he doesn't have a mask on. So I'm kind of excited about Uncharted. I hope they do a good job because I think they did great jobs with the Spider-Man movie. So. We will see. And they also talked about the Ghost of Tsushima movie. So that's coming eventually. And they did say that Ghost of Tsushima had sold 8 million copies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Michael, Richard, any big movies coming out that you're excited for?
I like movies anymore.
Out. Yeah. I just haven't seen them yet. The Spider-Man movie, the Carnage movie.
Okay, so Venom. Like I never watched the first Venom, and I went over to see Alex on his birthday, and he was like, "I just rented Venom 2. Do you want to watch it?" It's like, "Yeah, sure." I meant to always go. We were going to go see it in theaters together. It was okay. It was not very good. But so it's maybe they'll keep making it better. But it like the CG looks amazing, but the story is just like, man.
I don't know. For me, something happened after Infinity War that just there was a lot of closure there, and it's hard for me to jump back into that.
Without spoiling anything, like I don't know. I think there's potential for the Venoms that we have now for all of that to get much better. There is some stuff. God, I can't really talk about it.
Well, okay.
Just know that No Way Home is going to help set everything.
I think we can have this conversation without spoiling it. I feel like I would be more amped for what's next with Spider-Man if I had a better idea of what was going to happen next. I don't know if Tom Holland is in our future or Andrew Garfield is in our future. I don't think that's a spoiler. that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are in No Way Home. That's not a spoiler. That's out there. You know, you're going to get punched in the face with it in social media. Now, you know, I won't talk about like what and all that. I think that would be spoiler, but they're in it. And I don't know, you know, because right now there's a lot of talk that, at least from the Sony side of it, they may pick up with Andrew Garfield. I don't know. I don't know how much. I don't know. There's, you know, with the Marvel Universe at least moving up towards the Infinity War, you kind of had an idea that everything was moving in a certain direction. Now it feels like everything's moving in every which way, and it's easy to do that because now they're really playing into like the whole multiverse thing, which it pains me to name something where that's worked out well. You know, it's played hell in the DC extended universe to the point where I feel like that's just a lazy excuse for their poor writing.
Yeah.
Is they're like, oh, well, you know, it's the multiverse, so this may not, you know, there's 50 billion different Batmans. Yeah, sure. I think it, as a movie, No Way Home is good. I think they did that very well. I don't know where it goes from there.
They did. Tom Holland has at least signed up to do another 3 Spider-Man movies, so there is going to be another trilogy featuring him. But he did kind of say that after that he wants out. Like there was some comment. He said if I'm still playing Spider-Man in my 30s, then I'm doing something wrong or something like that. So
it depends on the payday. You may be doing something really right too.
True, that is true.
I tell you,
I mean, just knowing from like external Marvel stuff, it's either building up to Infinity Wars or Battle World, or both.
I mean, I think they've kind of teased that the next big threat is going to be Galactus. Am I saying that right? The big dude, like the guy's like bigger than planets.
No, the next big threat is Kang. He's already appeared.
Yeah. Kang and
Galactus, if they're going to go in with like the whole Fantastic Four, bring about the Silver Surfer and go that route, you know, I'm ready for X-Men.
So the last thing I remember seeing is that Phase 4 of the MCU is concluding with a Fantastic Four film. And then there's rumors about how in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which is my favorite movie. I can't wait this coming out. It comes out in like 3 months or 2 months now. That is supposedly going to open up the mutants and everything into the MCU, and that's how they're going to start, you know, bleeding the X-Men stuff into it.
You know, they've already teased in Captain America and Winter Soldier, the Disney Plus show. When they go to, not Marrakesh, I can't remember what that place is. Have y'all watched that?
I haven't.
All right, they go somewhere that's overseas, and while they're in this town, in the background, you see a very popular dive bar that Logan hangs out in, who's Wolverine. So, you know, they don't reference the character. You don't see anybody remotely like him. You just see a dive bar that's kind of affiliated with that character often. Yeah. So, you know, it's at least a nudge, Easter egg, you know.
All right, real quick before we close this out. Just a couple of the big movies that are coming out this year that we know about. Again, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Can't wait for that. Fantastic Beasts 3, The Secrets of Dumbledore. That comes out April 15th. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, April 8th. I am so excited to watch that one. There's a Morbius movie coming out, but it got delayed and didn't have the new date in here. But it's that's set in the Venom verse of the Sony side of the Marvel stuff. Where's the Batman coming out March 4th? Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Yeah.
The rated R Batman. Again, Uncharted. That's February 18th. So that's coming out pretty soon. And the one I'm the most excited for, I think, it's not Marvel related. Jackass 4 because it's supposed to come out this year, and I love Jackass movies. So they're just good, dumb, stupid fun, and just I'm here for it.
No, you left one out.
What?
It's Marvel related, and it's probably because it is the highest rated Spider-Man movie in existence that Mitch, you have not seen. And that's Into the Spider-Verse. The sequel, which I think is weird because the sequel is called Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. So it's obviously going to branch, but I'm super amped for that because I totally agree with critics and everything. I do think that Into the Spider-Verse was like, wow, you disappeared there for a minute. Oh, what is that?
Spider-Verse.
Yeah, man. I think that's phenomenal. That's what I had hoped for with No Way Home, and I didn't get. You know, I notoriously before the movie came out, I was like, man, if there's going to be a whole bunch of Peter Parkers, I'm going to be pissed. And I wasn't as pissed as I thought I would be, but I was still agitated. I wanted to see Gwen Stacy. I wanted to see Miles Morales. You know, is that a spoiler saying if something's not in a movie? Is that, I don't know. Is that a new kind of spoiler?
I think in another week or so, we should do a longer discussion about Spider-Man because there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, and I haven't been able to talk about it with anybody. So, Michael, this is your homework, or Chase, if you're going to go watch it, this is your homework. Go watch Spider-Man before maybe next week or week after.
Across the Spider-Verse, though, that comes out, I believe, fall. I know they said it's 2022, so. But yeah, that's got. Have you guys seen the trailer to it?
Not yet.
Yeah, it's got Miles Morales fighting Spider-Man 2099. So I don't know what the hell's going on there, but that's fucking dope, man.
I've totally forgot. Thor: Love and Thunder. That's July 8th.
Everybody has. That's.
I love the Thor movies, so I'm. Especially Ragnarok, one of my favorite Marvel movies of all time. I think Black Panther 2 is also happening this year, unless it got pushed out.
I would say this about Chris Hemsworth. Opposite Tom Holland, Chris Hemsworth has said he is more than happy to play Thor the rest of his life. So,
I mean, he makes a shit ton of money doing it. There was another one here I just saw too. The Buzz Lightyear movie, that's June 17th. That could possibly be pretty good. And sets up the Toy Story cinematic universe where they just do a movie for every one of the Toy Story characters, I guess.
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait for Slinky Dog.
Yeah. Jurassic World Dominion, June 10th. I never watched any of the newer Jurassic World movies. John Wick Chapter 4, May 27th. And the Bob's Burgers movie, May 27th. Yeah. Oh, and DC League of Super Pets, May 20th.
Okay, gotta see that.
All right, let's wrap things up. First off, before we get into the first trivia question of the year, I put out a poll the other day saying, what February release are you most excited for? And 29% for Horizon Forbidden West and 29% also for Elden Ring. 28% King of Fighters 15, 14% Dying Light 2. So y'all need to play some.
Really? More people more amped for King of Fighters than Dying Light?
Yep. Not to mention the other games coming out in February: Destiny 2, The Witch Queen, Crossfire X, Sifu.
Dude, that was Steven, man. He created multiple accounts.
I promise I only voted once, and I probably was like one of the few people that voted for Dying Light 2. My wallet is ready for that game. I'm about to go buy the, I think it's a deluxe edition. It's like $100. Let's get all the... I want to get the one that has a statue, but I'm not paying $200, so I'm just going to have to wait. I was going to have a good poll question. I haven't decided what it's going to be yet, but I'm going to put a poll question out, and I'm going to try to do better by having the next poll ready to go as soon as the episode goes live, so just stay tuned for that. And we'll close with trivia. So we have clean slates. Unfortunately, Steven's not here, so hopefully he'll have more opportunities to get caught up. And Here we go. What popular game did Microsoft turn down as an exclusive for the original Xbox's launch? Was it Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, Silent Hill 2, Dead or Alive 3, or Grand Theft Auto 3? So they turned this down. So they decided we're not going to put this out as an original Xbox exclusive.
I'm gonna say Tony Hawk.
I'm gonna say Grand Theft Auto 3.
Grand Theft Auto 3.
The correct answer is Grand Theft Auto 3. It was originally going to be an exclusive for the original Xbox. And if you watch the Power On Xbox documentary, it was in episode 3. Which Chase, I think is why Chase knew that.
I didn't watch it. My frame of thought was that... Oh, you go ahead.
They said it was the pass heard around the world.
Yep. Now, before... I am offering a bonus question, or bonus point. If you can tell me the name of the game that they passed Grand Theft Auto 3 for to make an original Xbox exclusive. And if no one knows it, I will give a hint.
I don't.
You said original Xbox?
Yes. So think like 2000, 2001.
I don't, because I didn't have the original.
Jace, do you know what it is? Okay. Your hint is that this game is based off of a license.
Is it Oddworld?
This is not Oddworld.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I've already heard the buzzer in my head. I ran out of time. I'm not going to get it. I didn't have the original Xbox, so...
Microsoft turned down Grand Theft Auto 3 in favor. This is also made by Rockstar. They are at the time they brought these two games to Microsoft and said we want to get these on there. They turned down GTA 3 because they said we don't understand how this game is going to make the jump from 2D to 3D. That was the reason that they gave. The game that they chose instead was Austin Powers Mojo Rally, a kart racer based on Austin Powers as an original Xbox exclusive.
Wow.
So, just think
that was why I got the first part right, though. I was like, well, Rockstar existed because there were other games, but they hadn't really made that big like pop culture smash yet, which was Grand Theft Auto 3. So I was like, maybe in the realm of trying to make a name for themselves, they went out to Microsoft, and
that's exactly what they did. And can you imagine how different things would be if Grand Theft Auto was an Xbox exclusive? Like they just Microsoft, a long time ago, could have absolved Rockstar Games into themselves and just had GTA and Red Dead and Bully. Like it could have all just been an Xbox exclusive this whole time.
And one multiverse that passed.
And yeah, there's a multiverse where Microsoft bought Nintendo and it went through. Like they, Nintendo made first party games for Microsoft hardware. There's a lot of stuff in that documentary that's been like, things would be so much different had things gone differently for them. But anyway, that is going to be it for this episode of Next Gen Newsweek. Do you guys want to plug your social medias before we head on out?
Yeah, check out No Mini Left Behind. I'm active on Instagram right now. I'm still having Facebook difficulties that I magically know will be resolved in exactly 10 days. So in about 10 days on Facebook, expect like an image dump because I have posted on Instagram recently. I will be posting on Instagram today. So follow me there and also follow me on Facebook. And the Facebook, like I said, there will be an image dump there in about 10 days. So
nice. Michael, do you have anything?
StalledAction.com. I've been posting a little bit more on open box tech deals. Got some good holiday clearance going on. And posted a friend link for Merrill.com, the shoe store. So you get 20, I get 20.
Nice.
And if you use PayPal, I think right now they got a deal going on until the 8th where you get an extra $10 off if you spend $100. So, like, I don't know. I kind of stacked a bunch of deals together, and ultimately all the extra stuff I bought still equaled the pair of shoes I was originally going to get. So, basically just get a bunch of free stuff.
Awesome. Jace, do you have anything?
I went a little crazy and I went all in on the blind boxes unlimited run. So I have 28 blind boxes on the way. Probably they will be here they're expecting to be here in March. So I will probably try to do like an unboxing video for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Since the last time we have recorded, I've published some videos on YouTube that are not, well, they're on this channel, but they're not like our full episodes. So in that time, I've done a review of Halo Infinite's campaign, Halo Infinite's multiplayer, and I just dropped a new hype trailer showing off a bunch of new games that are coming out this year. It's obviously been copyright claimed. That's totally okay. And I caught lightning in a bottle and blew up on TikTok. So you should follow me on TikTok at Meechflow, where I'm so close to having 10,000 views or followers on there, which means I can start monetizing that, which is going to be dope. And if any of you are subscribers, or you found me on TikTok and you've made your way to this channel, because I know there's some of you out there, hi, what's up? So going to keep doing that. We are, like I said at the beginning of the show, we are not going to be recording next week. So we're taking another week off, but after that, hopefully we'll be able to just get back to the swing of things and just upload every week. And yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
So anyway, we will see you in 2 weeks, and have a good one. If you have bad weather coming, be safe. If you have snowy weather coming, have fun in it, but also stay warm. And yeah. Michael, you have a sponsor?
This week's sponsor is brought to you by Frozen Nipples. Show us those.
Show us those.
There's going to be so many male nipples in the DMs. You get what you asked for, I guess.
I do.